Great! Now we have our reducers and our actions. The only problem is that the way Redux works, actions need to be synchronous. So the perfect example is to call a remote server, send a request, and wait for the answer. Well, you can't do that with a normal action in Redux. So we need to find another way to use another tool. And this tool is one that we have installed earlier called Redux Thunk. And that's the exact purpose of this package. So let's see how to set it up and how to use it. So first, as an exercise, let's create a new reducer. Everybody knows Harry Potter, right? So every wizard needs to be sorted in a house in Hogwarts. So let's pretend we are in Hogwarts and we need to be sorted. So instead of using a hat, let's create a reducer that will tell us which house we belong to. So that's what we are doing right now. The default state just has the name of the house, and then there is a new action type called sorting hat that will update the name of this house once we have been sorted. So we need to export the new reducer here so we can use it in our app. And now we'll update the home component to display the name of the house, and then we'll also add a button to be sorted. Great, so now this works. So let's create a new action, and this new action will be called by the home component to actually update the name of the house. So we'll use the same action type we defined earlier and create the right function for it. All right, so the action has been connected, so it's working well. The issue now is that we actually need a tool that would, randomly select the house, or not so randomly, magically, sorry, select the house we belong to. So there is actually a website that does that. So the URL you will see here is fairly simple, and we just send a GET request, and here we go, potterapi.com, and then we get a house name in return. Note that I'm using the fetch API here. So it's built-in JavaScript now, and so we don't need any extra library to make to send requests. So here we just create an index for our API. just in case we have more, and we will have more for the Firebase part of the app. And then we can import the API that we need inside of the action. All right, so what just happened here? Um, the API call succeeded, and you have seen that in the log. However, a Redux action cannot send asynchronous calls or cannot be asynchronous. So that's where Redux Thunk comes in play, and that's what I was talking about earlier. So the way we use Redux Thunk is to actually add a middleware. So a middleware is just a piece of code that is able to intercept Redux actions and do something with them. So Redux Thunk is a middleware that allows us to use a synchronous function. So we have set it up in the index.js now. And what it does is allowing us to return an asynchronous function instead of directly the action object with the type, etc. So the asynchronous function has a dispatch parameter that is very similar to the dispatch that we are using in the component directly. And then from there, we can just dispatch the action like you would in a normal action. And you can see that it's working. Yay! I didn't want to be too long on the code. Please take your time to review what we have done here, how we have integrated the middlewares in Redux. It's fairly simple. It's a couple of lines of code, but it helps a lot. And then once you are confident that you are comfortable with this step, let's go to the next one.